What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here, and today I'm going to be giving you your Ultra Ultimate Breeding Guide to Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Real quick, I want to say a shout out to our sponsor, Fuego Box. Fuego Box delivers 3 hand-picked hot sauces to your door every month or quarterly. Get it for yourself or gift it as a friend this holiday season with the link down in the description below. Austin, breeding's been around a while. Why are you finally doing this video now? I feel like we're gonna be spending 1 or possibly 2 years here on this generation. There's gonna be a lot of post-game because we know that the next game coming out is going to be for the Switch. It's gonna be a while. We don't know if we're getting that holiday 2018 or even 2019. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of battles, a lot of competitive stuff, a lot of battle tree. There's a lot of things to do that involve this, and I've seen a whole bunch of guys online. Some of them are just filled with overloaded, unnecessary information, or it's outdated. Again, there's a lot of new tools at our disposal, so I want to do this for you guys. I'm gonna be breaking this down to 5 steps. 1, get the Pokemon that you want to breed, and a subsidiary of that, getting their ability. 2, egg moves. 3, getting the Pokemon with the right nature. 4, getting the Pokemon with the right IVs. And 5, getting the Pokemon's EVs and moves in place. First, let's talk about the Pokemon that you want. You should generally have a very clear idea on the exact Pokemon that you want to have and what type of Pokemon you want to build. Now, this process isn't going to be fast, but it's tried and true, and this is how you're going to get yourself that competitive Pokemon. I'm going to be doing a competitive Salamence. As you see here on the screen, it's going to incorporate a little bit of everything involved in this guide, so I think it's going to be a great example. Also, this is the same Salamence that I used in my recommendations for Battle Tree in Sun and Moon. One of the important things we're going to be looking at is a Pokemon's ability while in the wild. The Salamence I'm going after has to have Intimidate, and that's its primary ability, so we're going to be fine. Some Pokemon have 2 primary abilities and a hidden ability. Some Pokemon don't have an ability at all, or just 1 ability in general. So for us, it's not going to be too difficult. If the Pokemon you want to have requires its hidden ability, you'll most likely need to catch one with its hidden ability in the wild. For Ultra Sun and Moon, as well as Sun and Moon, you're going to be doing an SOS battle in order to get that Pokemon. After the 10th chain, there's a better chance of finding a wild Pokemon with its hidden ability. At 20 Pokemon in the chain, it's boosted up to 10%, and anything above 30 wild Pokemon, it's boosted to a 15% chance. Some abilities activate soon as Pokemon enter the battlefield. Some require other means to find out what it is. This is going to vary on a Pokemon by Pokemon basis. So it's going to be optimal to catch a Pokemon that's in the SOS chain after 30 encounters and has its desired ability. If you're going to be going after a Pokemon and you want to get an egg move for it, it's going to be super important for you to have that Pokemon in the SOS chain with its desired ability, who's also female. Very important that it's female. Now with step 1 complete, we have a female Bagon with its desired ability. Since it's its primary ability when it evolves to Salamence, that's going to be Intimidate. Step 2 is going to be egg moves, and of course, this is optional. So if the Pokemon that you want, in my case, I want the Salamence to have Dragon Dance. For that, I'm going to need to find a male Pokemon that has Dragon Dance that is going to be able to breed with my Bagon in order for us to have a Bagon with the desired egg move. So since I'm going to be breeding with a male Horsey, at level 46 it learns Dragon Dance. Also, its leveling rate is medium to fast, so it shouldn't require too much time to get its level up. A Pokemon's moves are limited to 4 moves, and its breeding moves are obviously limited to 4 moves. So this Horsey can pass down Dragon Pulse, Twister, and Hydro Pump. But since I don't want my Salamence knowing those moves, I'm gonna go to the move deleter and delete everything. That way there's no chance of it passing down. I only want Dragon Dance. So with step 2 ready to execute, I have a female Bagon and a male Horsey knowing only Dragon Dance. And the result here is that I'm going to have this Bagon right here, and he knows Dragon Dance. Perfect. Step 3 is gonna be nature. Every Pokemon has a nature. If you're a casual player, you may have actually never taken notice to them, but there's a total of 24 natures that Pokemon can have. 19 of them affect a Pokemon's stats. Which nature that's right for your Pokemon depends on what stat you want higher and which one you don't mind being lower. For this Salamence, we're going to go after an adamant nature. That's going to increase its attack and decrease his special attack. That's fine because all of his moves are going to be physical attacks, not special attacks. Adamant is a very common nature for competitive Pokemon for sweeping categories. There's going to be a total of 4 different ways to get the Pokemon with the right nature. One, if the Pokemon that we caught our first Bagon happens to have the right nature, then you're already done. 2, the Pokemon that we're breeding with, our Horsey, has the right nature. 3, luck, if by chance the offspring Pokemon of the Bagon and the Horsey happens to be the right nature, then we're good to go. And lastly, number 4, which ties into the next step, is going to be the IV breeding with a Ditto. If the Ditto has the same nature that we want, then we're good to go. For me, I'm going to be doing that last method because for me, well, it's the fastest. So preparation for step 3 is ready to execute. I have my Bagon with Dragon Dance and I have my Adamant Ditto. Now we're going to need some special items. For Ditto, who's Adamant, we want to pass that nature down. So in order to do that, we need to get ourselves an Everstone. Everstones are fairly common in the game. Boldore and Roggenrola have a 50% chance to have them in the wild, so you shouldn't have much trouble getting your hands on one. So we're going to breed our Dragon Dance Bagon with our Adamant Ditto holding an Everstone, and as a result, we have an Adamant Bagon with Dragon Dance. Perfect. This is essentially the Pokemon that we want. Now do keep in mind, without the egg move, you could just start right here. So say for example, you're going after a Pokemon that doesn't require a specific egg move. All you need to do is catch that Pokemon with that nature, and then you start right here. So now, as we take our Pokemon out, we're going to be giving that Everstone that Ditto had to Bagon, because we want to pass down Bagon's adamant nature. We're always going to be passing down the fact that it's Bagon, and we're going to be passing down the fact that it has Dragon Dance. So these 3 things that we have preserved in this Bagon are perfect with that Everstone. Which brings us to step 4. Step 4 is going to be IVs, which stand for individual values. Individual values represent the potential max stats that a Pokemon can have. So almost every single Pokemon that you're going to be trying to make, you're going to want to have max IVs in essentially every stat. I mean, there are some you don't need to worry about, but every stat is great. Granted, having max IVs in every single stat is a very, very slim chance of happening. So you're gonna need to decide what is best for you. Also, there's no way to really control this, so one of the things you may be doing is just kind of settling for one that has the right IVs that you want, and the other categories are fairly good or fantastic. In order to breed our perfect Bagon right now, we're going to need to get ourselves a Ditto, a perfect Ditto. Now, I made a guide on this back in Sun and Moon that involves getting yourself a max IV Ditto using the SOS chain right next to the observatory. It's going to be the exact same procedure in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so I'm not going to go into it into detail. If you need to get your hands on one and you want to do it yourself, there's going to be a card in the top right corner. Long story short, you need to do a SOS chain of Dittos, and then after your 30th Ditto, you're going to catch one. Doing this is going to guarantee you a 4 perfect IV Ditto. It's possible to get a 6 IV perfect Ditto, although its chances are extremely slim. In addition, it's not too necessary. If you see a Ditto on the GTS and its nickname is 6 IVs, it's probably hacked or it's a troll. People even sell perfect IV Dittos on eBay, and it's getting pretty nuts out there. However, if you do it yourself, you're never going to need to rely on anyone ever again. So with my Dragon Dance Adamant Everstone holding Bagon, he's going to be breeding with my 4 IV Ditto, who's going to be holding a Destiny Knot. Destiny Knots are super important because that is going to pass down a maximum of 5 IVs between the 2 parents. However, the IVs that are selected are going to be randomized all the time, and the ones that are not passed down are also randomized. So between its HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed stat of Bagon, and the HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed of Ditto, 5 of these 12, pretend I'm holding up 12 fingers, 5 of these 12 are going to be passed down. When doing this breeding, you're going to want to breed anywhere from 5 to a full box of them. It's important to have the judge function if you don't already have that activated, and we're going to look at the stats of all the Bagons that we've made, and we're going to pick the one with the best IVs. Now, if you want to strive and have a perfect 6 IV Pokemon, which many people feel as though it is unnecessary, you're going to need to repeat this process over again. And what I mean by that is the Bagon that is now hatched by the Ditto and has, say for example, 4 perfect IVs, you're gonna need to get another Ditto with max IVs in different stats and breed these 2 until somehow you have the perfect IV randomization combination, which is an extremely lengthy process and generally not necessary. So taking a look at the results of all the Pokemon here, I have an almost perfect Bagon. It has 4 perfect IVs and 2 fantastic IVs, and that's fine for me. Like, I'm not going into competitive, I'm just gonna do some battle tree stuff, so I'm perfectly happy with that. Now it's time for step 5, which is going to be for the EVs and to get its experience up and the moveset. So EVs are a Pokemon's effort values. They represent the battle experience that a Pokemon yields from defeating a specific Pokemon. Each Pokemon can have a total of 510 EVs spread throughout the 6 categories, but no stat can have more than 252 in the single stat. The Salamence I'm going to be making, it needs to have a 252 or max in attack, it needs to have a 212 in speed, and 44 in HP. There are a few ways to get a Pokemon's EVs up, from buying vitamins like protein and calcium to a way using Pokepelago, but in my opinion, the fastest and best way is going to be an SOS battle. Also, our level 1 Bagon isn't going to do too well in battle, so we're just going to turn on experience share in battle with our level 92 Decidueye. Even though he's not in the battle, he's going to get EVs all the same. When you knock out a Pokemon in an SOS battle, you're going to get 2 EV points of that stat. Which stat it is reliant on what Pokemon you knock out. In an SOS battle against a Grubbin, if you defeat one of them, you're going to get 2 EVs and attack. However, there's ways of multiplying that too. If you're able to get your hands on Pokerus, now is when you want to use it more than ever. You can get it randomly in a game or on a Wonder Trade, or you can look online and dedicated boards for trading and spreading Pokerus, although it is somewhat hard to obtain naturally in a game without trading. If you KO that same Grubbin that gave you 2 EVs, now instead you're going to get double at 4 EVs, which is great. If you buy a power item like a power anklet, band, belt, bracer, lens, or weight, all of which you could get at the Royal Avenues Battle Dome for 16 BP, that's going to increase the EV yields even more. KOing 1 Piggypeck or Grubbin can get you 36 EVs on your Pokemon with Pokerus and the power item. 7 Piggypecks is going to get me a full 252 EVs in attack. If you don't have Pokerus, don't worry, you still get 18 EVs with the power item, so you're going to need to KO 14 of them in total to max out that stat. When its stat is full, you're going to see a sparkle when you check its summary and hit the Y button. Here are some Pokemon on the first island that you can SOS for specific stats. On Route 1, you're going to find Caterpie, that's going to give you 1 HP. You're also going to find Piggypeck, Yungoos, and Grubbin, which is going to give you 1 attack. Ladybah, who is in the day only, gets you 1 special defense. Buneary is going to get you 1 speed. Over at 10 Carat Hill, if you knock out a Spinda or a Psyduck, you get 1 special attack. And Roggenrola is going to give you 1 defense. After doing this, I now have a max attack. See the little sparkle, we're good to go. Now I need to get 212 in speed, which is not a max stat. For that, I'm going to SOS and knock out 7 Bunearys, and that's going to yield me a max stat of 252. So I need to get rid of 40 of them, and for that, we're going to need berries. Go to Route 10 to find the berry tree over here and save right before it. There's going to be 6 special berries that you can get that increase happiness of a Pokemon at the expense of 10 EV points. I'm going to need a tomato berry, which is going to decrease speed by 10 every single berry that he eats. And you only need 1, because then you could go to Pokepelago and multiply it with all the berry farming there. It's a while to get it to happen. What is it, like 24, 48 hours? But still, you can multiply it over and over and have an infinite amount. So I'm going to feed my bag on 4 of these, and it's going to have a perfect 212. Not max speed, but the exact number that I want. From here on out, it's just a matter of KOing 2 Caterpies to fill the 44 HP stat. However, since Chansey also gives you HP, I'm just going to go and encounter a Chansey as well, because I also need to get my experience up. Do keep in mind that you can't have more than 510, so after you hit that 44, you're just not going to gain any more in any category, so you're still fine. At the end of this, I'm going to have my Salamence with a perfect 212 in speed, 44 in HP, and a full 252 in attack. Now it's just a matter of going around getting the right TMs that I need for the Salamence to learn the moves. Also, I chose to not evolve him until he was a much higher level. That way he can learn Double Edge before reaching level 50. So I have a level 50 Salamence who has the perfect stats, the perfect IVs, EVs, and the moves. All that's left is for me to go buy the Megastone from the battle tree, and then I'm done. That's your guide to getting your ultimate perfect Pokemon and Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon for competitive battle, for Wi-Fi battles, whatever you want to do it for. So guys, I hope this Ultra guide was super helpful, and since it's the holiday season, as you can tell by the holiday shirt, thanks Birdkeeper Toby, it's gonna be time to give away some Pokemon. And I'm talking about the Austin John Plays Mythical Pokemon Giveaway! That's right, last year we did it and we gave out over 70 mythical Pokemon throughout 3 drawings that we did. Thank you for all the support to the channel since then. We're gonna be doing it again. You can win your choice of whatever legendary or mythical Pokemon that you want, legitimately obtained, and no hacked Pokemon here. To be eligible, be sure to drop a like on this video, comment down below on this video on who you want to win, subscribe to the channel, and to stay up to date, be sure to click that bell, turn on notifications. Be sure to follow me on Twitter as we're going to be listing the winners on December 28th. Thank you all for the overwhelming support to the channel that we've gotten in the last year, and this is my way of showing thanks. Till next time, Austin John out. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. I'm going to be giving you guys lots of helpful videos in the next following days and weeks. Till next time, Austin John out.